Hello boys and girls, today is Tuesday and we are, by the way, on a purple packet. We're working right now on the purple packet. The purple packet is the one that looks like this one over here. So that's the one that we're working on this week on the purple packet. And we are doing for today lesson 11.3. 11.3 is on page 645. You have the pages, so you don't have to look for these on a book. You have to look for these pages on your packet. Alright, so let's see. How can you use a combined shape to build new shapes? It says draw to copy the shape. We're gonna see what we do now. So we are going, boys and girls, to read the problem. At the bottom it says Layla put a box on top of another box. Draw to copy the shape Layla made. So we're gonna draw these, we're gonna copy these over here, and we're gonna do it with our pencil. So as you can see at the bottom there's a rectangular prism. It looks like a rectangle, right? And at the top we have a cube. It looks like a square. So square will be the two-dimensional shape for a cube. So let's do this one first. First we have the rectangular prism. So we're gonna draw a rectangular prism over here. Ooh. Alright, let me move my book. We're gonna do this side over here, the side of the rectangular prism. And then we're gonna move a little bit over here. And then I'm gonna teach you a trick. Those of you who like to draw, so you have to kind of align the line of the cube with the line of the rectangular prism. And now you can draw this over here, and you can close your cube on top. All right, and it looks kind of similar, and it doesn't have to look exactly the same way. I just want to see that you tried. That's the important thing, that you try to copy the shape that we have over here. So you can see that this shape is a cube, and it has a rectangular prism on top. I'm sorry, under. Rectangular prism under the cube. Alright, so that was it for this page. Pretty easy, right? We're gonna move to our next page. And now comes the tricky part. I'm going to need you to open up your minds, because this is kind of tricky. You're gonna see why. So let's say that the step one, we built one cube on top of a cylinder. And we repeat again. We build one cube on top of a cylinder. Now we're going to combine them. Boys and girls, which one do you think could be a way to combine these two together? Which could be the best way based on what you have? What would be the way that you will combine these shapes based on what you have? Okay, all right, so based on what you have, a good way to combine these shapes will be the last one. I want you to circle the last one. Why? Well, because you're stacking one shape on top of the other one. And here, that's what they're doing too. They're stacking one shape on top of the other one. Now, in this case, the cube is under and the cylinder is on top. Over here, we're not stacking any shapes. We are just putting one shape on top of the other. I'm sorry, no, one next to the other. I'm sorry. All right, so let's get to the next one now. It says build and repeat. Combine, which new shape can you make? We're gonna circle it, right? So look at it, boys and girls. Look at the shape that you have. So this is what we're gonna do for each of these. You are going to build, we repeat. So now you have two of the same thing. You have two cubes and two cylinders. Over here we're gonna do the same thing.
Es que me está mordiendo.
Okay. So over here you're gonna kind of do the same thing. You have a cone and a rectangular prism. You have the cone and the rectangular prism, and let's say that you do the same shapes. You get the same shapes one more time. The rectangular prism and the cone. Rectangular prism and a cone. Which one would you get, boys and girls? What shape is the shape that you could build with two rectangular prisms and two cones? Look at the way they are. Look at the way they are. You have the rectangular prism, and at the end you have the cone. Well, boys and girls, if you said this one, you said it right, because as you can see, like, doesn't it look alike? Like you have the rectangular prism, and at the end of the rectangular prism you have the cone. And if you repeat the same thing over here, this is what you're gonna get. All right. Oh, this looks like a little gnome, but it's a cube with a cone on top. Gnomes have, I remember there was a cartoon, a gnome show when I was a kid, that the gnomes had cone hats. Oh well. So look at it. Look at the shapes that we have. This one is even easier than the other one, because look at the shapes. You are using a cube and a cone. Look what you have, a cube and a cone. I'm sorry about that, boys and girls. So you have the cube and a cone. Which shape? And you have the cone on top of the cube. So what shape can you build? If you get two more of these, if you get another shape, another cone and another cube, what would you get? Would you get this picture, or would you get this one? If you said the first one, you are so right. And it's because here we don't even have cubes. Here we have cylinders. So they are trying to trick you, to make you confused. All right, so now this is gonna be hard, and I'm gonna show you why. Here you have one rectangular prism and a cube next to it. They are not stacked on top of each other. They are just next to each other. And look at it. Here, over here, we have the cubes and the rectangular prism on top of each other. And here, it's kind of the same thing. Here, you also have the rectangular prisms with the two cubes on top. But using all your imagination, boys and girls, which one, and like try to think out of the box too. So which one, boys and girls, do you think will be the shape that you will get if you had another rectangular prism and another cube? Which one do you think would be? Well, I know this is super tricky, and I'm gonna show you which one is the right one. This is gonna be the right one, boys and girls. Now, why? It's because this is what you see. If you move it around, you still have the cube connected to the rectangular prism, and that's what we want. We want the cube and the rectangular prism connected to each other's end. Here we don't have it. Here we simply have the two rectangular prisms, one on top of the other, and then we have the cubes on top together. So it's not the same thing. Here we have the rectangular prism connected to the cube, and that's why we say that this is the shape that you will get by having two cubes and two rectangular prism. All right, so let's move on to number 4. Here we have number 4. Number 4, we're gonna build and repeat once again. So we have this little cylinder with a cone on top. Boys and girls, if we repeat this image, what are we gonna have? Look at it. Which one are we going to have? What do you think? I say this one, because if we repeat everything, right? We not only repeat the cone. Sorry, we're not only gonna repeat the cylinder. Here, the cylinder is repeated 3 times. But what happened to the cone? The cone is not repeated, and we need the cone to be repeated as well. So it cannot be this one. It's gonna be this one over here. All right, boys and girls. So let's take a look at number 5. Number 5, you have a long cylinder and a rectangular prism. Which one could be, boys and girls, the correct shape that you will get by repeating these? Would you get this one, or would you get this one? If you said this one, you are so right. You're so smart. And it's because here we have a pattern. Here we have cylinder and rectangular prism. And we want that pattern to go on. Cylinder, rectangular prism. Cylinder, rectangular prism. Cylinder, rectangular prism. So this is the one. Yay, you found it. All right, so let's take a look at the last one. The last one in this big chart that you have over here. You have a cube and a rectangular prism. Now, if we repeat these, if we get another cube and another rectangular prism, what shape do you think we could make? And if you said the last one, you are also very right. Because here we only have one cube. They repeated the rectangular prism, but not the cube. The cube is only once. And we want, when we repeat a shape, we repeat all the shapes, right? We repeat the cube and we repeat the rectangular prism. So here we have the cube repeated and here we have the rectangular prism repeated. So this is the one. All right, so let's take a look at number 7. Number 7 is made out of 2 questions. The first one says, oh, by the way, I want you to look at this. Looks like a big rectangular prism, but it's made out of cubes. It's made out of a bunch of little cubes. It says, how many of 2 cubes are used to make the shape? How many of these? So we have 1 over here, we have 2, and we have 3. So how many of these towers of 2 cubes do we have? We have 1 tower here, 2 towers over here, and 3 towers over here. So how many of these do we have? We have 3. Now they're not asking us about the towers of 2 cubes. They're asking us about the cubes. How many cubes are used to make the shape? Look at it. How many cubes? We're going to count the cubes now. We say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to come and write 6 over here because this shape is made out of 6 single cubes. Alright, so we're going to move on to our last page of our lesson. Now, the last page of our lesson, it's a little quiz. I want you to try to do it on your own as much as possible. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to help you. Of course, I am going to help you. Aquí vamos a tomar un pequeño quiz para los padres que están mirando. Quiero que los niños intenten hacerlo solito lo más posible. Okay? So, let's see. Here we have a ball of yarn. It looks like a cubie, like a... Oh, I can't remember the name now. A ruby cube. Here we have a kind of paint. We have a party hat, which looks shaped like a cone. And here we have a cereal box, right? Is it cereal? Yes, it is. So number 1. What is it that we have to do for number 1? We have to circle the rectangular prism. ¿Cuál es el prisma rectangular? We're going to circle the rectangular prism. What shape? What picture has the shape of a rectangular prism? ¿Cuál figura tiene, cuál dibujo tiene la figura de un prisma rectangular? So you're gonna circle. Van a circular la figura o el dibujo. Van a circular el dibujo que tiene la figura de un prisma rectangular. You're gonna circle the picture that is shaped as a rectangular prism. Alright, so that one was a circle. Now you are going to underline. It says draw a line under the shapes that have both flat and curved surfaces. So you are going to draw a line now. Vamos a dibujar una línea debajo de la foto que muestra una figura que tiene ambos, una superficie plana y una superficie curva. Ready? I'm going to say it again. Draw a line. This is how you draw a line. When you draw a line under, you're not going to keep that one. That was just an example. No van a quedarse con esa. Eso solo era un ejemplo. Okay, I'm looking for my eraser because I don't think that's the right answer. I just use it as an example. Don't forget that I want you to do this on your own. Eso fue solo un ejemplo. No es la respuesta correcta. Solo para enseñarles cómo van a draw a line under. Vamos a dibujar una línea debajo de la figura que tiene ambos lados, planos y curvos. We are going to draw a line under the shapes that have both flat and curved surfaces. So there's 2 of them here. For this question, you're going to underline 2. And for the first one, you're only going to circle 1. So 1 and 2 shapes. All right, let's take a look at the next one. The next one is number 3. So boys and girls, what happens when you combine a cube and a cone? What do you get when you combine a cube and a cone? When you combine a cube and a cone. Oh well, you choose. You have to circle one of these. What happens when you combine a cube and a cone? What do you get? Do you get a cylinder with a cube or do you get a cone with a cube? ¿Qué pasa cuando combinamos un cube y un cono? ¿Qué conseguimos? ¿Conseguimos un cilindro con un cubo o conseguimos un cono con un cubo? Aquí tienen un cubo y un cono. Alright, boys and girls, so this is our very last one. This is what we just learned today. Do you remember when we were repeating the shape and combining it? It says, which new shape can you make? So now you have 2 cubes and you have 2 cylinders, 2 big cylinders. Which shape do you get? What shape can you make? There's only one. Well, there's actually 2, right? There's actually 2. But don't forget that this is like a pattern. You have cylinder, cube, cylinder, cube. So you're putting these on top of these. This whole thing. Estamos poniendo todo esto encima de esto. ¿Qué conseguimos? ¿Qué figura vamos a tener? You're gonna bubble it in. Van a colorear dentro de que sea correcto. Dentro de la bolita que sea correcto. Alright, boys and girls. So that's it for our little quiz. And do not forget, if you didn't do so yet, write your name and last name at the top of the page. And we are done with this lesson. I'm going to guide you really quick through the homework so you can get that extra practice that you all need. It says build and repeat. So we do the same thing. They give you this little space if it's easier for you to repeat. You're gonna repeat this shape. You have 2 cubes. If you repeat it, you're gonna get 2 more cubes, right? 2 more cubes. So which of these shapes shows these 2 cubes and 2 more cubes? This one shows 4 and this one shows 3. You circle which one ever you think is the right one. Alright, boys and girls, so here we have a rectangular prism with a cone on top. Rectangular prism with a cone on top. Alright, boys and girls, so if we draw another rectangular prism and another cone on top, boys and girls, what would you get? Look at it. What do you get? Let's take a look at it. Alright, boys and girls, so you circle the one that you think is right, is the one that you get. And now it says Dave builds this shape. Then he repeats and combines. Draw a shape he can make. So if we draw another shape. What do we get? Right? You can draw another picture combining these 2 together. You can draw them in whichever way you wish. Boys and girls, number 4, you use a cube and a cylinder. So we're gonna use a cube. This is a cube, and we're also going to use a cylinder. Cube and a cylinder to build a new shape. We're gonna repeat what you have. So you're gonna draw another cube and another cylinder. It says draw to show how you can combine these 2 new shapes to make a longer shape. Okay, so you repeat it. You draw another cube and you draw another cylinder, and then you draw the 4 of them together to build something new. Use your imagination, okay? That sounds like lots of fun. You're creating with your pencil. Alright, boys and girls, so this is the last page for the homework too. We are going to combine 2 cubes and 2 rectangular prisms. What do you get? Which new shape can you make? Circle the shape. The new shape that you can make by using 2 cubes and 2 rectangular prisms. Number 2, which addition fact helps you solve 15 take away 6? Write the number sentence. So before we get into the addition, this is addition, right? We need to solve the subtraction. So we can bring it over here. We say 15 take away 6. Since we are taking away, we are going to put the smaller number in our head, and we are going to count from the smaller to the greater number. Since I cannot show you with my fingers, I'm going to draw circles to show you. We count from 6 all the way to 15. What number goes after 6? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. How many circles did it take us to count from 6 all the way to 15? How many circles do we use? We use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now I know that 15 minus 6 is equal to 9. Now, we are going to use these three numbers to write a addition sentence. So now we use the smaller numbers, 6 and 9, 6 and 9, or 9 and 6. And what's going to be the answer? 15. All right, boys and girls, so this is number 3. Which doubles fact helps you solve 5 plus 6 equals 11? Circle the number sentence. So you have 3 plus 3 equals 6, 5 plus 5 equals 10, 4 plus 4 equals 8, or 7 plus 7 equals 14. And the question is very easy. Which of these answers is closer to 11? Is closer to number 11? Which of these sums is closer to 11? ¿Cuál es que está más cerca de 11? And if you said 10, you are right. So this is the one, boys and girls, that we are using. We're using that double fact. Because if you say 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, then you say 5 plus 6. 6 is 1 more than 5 is equal to 11. Alright, boys and girls, and that was it for math. Do not forget that this week we're celebrating Earth Day, and we are going to talk about that in our science lesson in a little bit, okay? So have fun, take a break, and then don't forget to do science, and don't forget to do spelling city, okay? You have one spelling city for every day, and your iReady at least 10 minutes every day. But I also have the iExcel. This week, the iExcel, we're doing W1 and W4. So don't forget to do that for math too. All right, boys and girls, see you later for science. Bye.